Life and all of its contrasts will always be going. There will always be the stream of life. Life is always going to be coming at you. You can't stop or hide or shy away from life. You must live your life. You must be the creator that you came here to be. And if there's one skill that every creator, especially those of your stature that want to create everything, and the geniuses and the masters of your planet, they know this, is to speak about what you want and not contradict your own desire. Because that's the thing. That's the only reason why all of your desires are slowing down, because you keep splitting your energy. Because you want something, but then you talk about what you have. You want something, but then you talk about what you have. And so there's no real momentum growing. And we've been talking a lot about momentum lately, because this is all a game of momentum. Momentum and law of attraction basically mean the same thing. Whatever you think, it expands. Whatever you think, you get more of it. Whatever you think about it again and again and again and again. And when there's enough momentum, you're going to see a physical manifestation. And usually you don't have control over the momentum because you don't care about how you feel. But as you get more sensitive to how you feel, then you understand you can stop the momentum in the early stages. You can say no to certain thoughts. You can decide not to go down this valley and this road, because you know from your own life experience that if you go down that thought pathway, it's not going to feel good. So you stop yourself from going. And we really want to take this conversation to a new place, which is pure desire. We want you to enjoy talking about your desire and get so much satisfaction just talking about your desire, because it's so fun. This energy is fast. The vortex is a fast energy, but when you're up to speed with it, it's fast. And when you're up to speed with it, it feels normal. It feels like life. It feels like enthusiasm. It feels like passion. It feels like flow. It feels like a high that never goes down. And the only danger of catching up to speed or getting up to speed with this energy is that if you fall out a little bit, it's going to really hurt. Because here's the thing, if you're driving, if your car is going 5 miles per hour and you hit a tree, it's not a big deal. But if you go 100 miles per hour and you hit a tree, it's going to be more painful. It's going to be more impactful. So that's the same thing. The physics of your thoughts and the evolution of all of your thoughts are pretty much the same subject, in the sense where it's all about that momentum. It's all about that consistency in which you are thinking. So we're trying to get you to understand that when we talk about timing, what we're really talking about is pleasure. We're talking about you finding so much pleasure in your mind, in the dream of it and the pure desire. Because when a desire is pure, meaning you didn't add resistance into the mix because you're not looking at reality, because that's the number one thing that splits your energy. The fact that you don't have it. You want it and you want immediate results. But look at the geniuses of your planet. Look at the masters. They know, and they can go on tangents and they can go on rampages. They know how to talk about what they want without splitting their energy, without resisting it, because they know and they care about who they are. They know, they see themselves. And some of my friends, they call them egotistical or they call them arrogant, but we just say they're in the vortex. They have the clarity of the energy that creates worlds. They're in the vortex. And that's the thing. When you're someone who's in the vortex and you make these claims, you make these dreams are clear to you. You're mostly in the dreaming state. So it begs the question to be asked, am I supposed to go general or am I supposed to go specific? But that's the thing. Sometimes you want to step back and get really general, because the subjects that you've been thinking about, the thoughts that you've been thinking about, they kind of bother you. Because here's the thing, when the energy moves really fast and when the energy moves really fast and you fall off or you hit a tree, it hurts a lot. So we say, well, you have to go general. You have to go general, because that's actually how you control momentum. If the momentum is not going in the right place, you go general again. Meaning you step away from the specifics. You step away from the things that are bothering you until they're far, far away into the distance. And so that's a really good talent or a really good skill to understand. When am I supposed to go general and when am I supposed to go specific? Imagine you've been feeling good. You meditated upon waking up. You have this good momentum. You're rampaging, and you find yourself. You milk every second that you're in the vortex, and you're just feeling that good energy. You're feeling the movement. You're feeling the enthusiasm of that source energy. You're feeling the clarity of who you are in your body. And so when that's happening, now you can get specific. And even in you getting specific, it's actually going to be a lot of fun. And the only thing that you run the risk of is getting a little bit into that resistant place. And even in getting those into that resistant place, you're going to feel very sensitive to it. So you're going to catch it really early. You're going to be more sensitive to it. You're going to know, hey, I'm going off the track. So you can divert it fast, because this momentum is so large, because you didn't wait until the thought of worry or doubt came into your experience to try to do something about it. You actually got out ahead of it, meaning you segment intended, meaning you've tuned your frequency. You tuned your frequency before life could tune it. So now when life has a chance to tune your frequency, or when you're dealing with things that you normally you usually deal with, that take over your vibration because they tune your frequency, meaning they take your attention, and your reaction to it is so big. Because here's the thing, you're always going to have reactions to life, but it's about your ability, because we understand now It's all about your ability to get back into the vortex, because you're these vortex, you're these downstream, non-resistant, pure positive energy beings, and you're gonna get into the vortex, and the thing is, you're gonna fall out because you came for that experience. You didn't just come to sit in the vortex and dangle your feet. You didn't come for that experience at all. We want you to just love the dreaming, because when you love the dreaming so much, when the dream feels so good to you, then you're not talking about the absence, because the absent thought, the thought of where is it, why isn't it coming, how long do I have to wait for, how long do you have to do this vibrational work that we're talking about. We're saying when you do the vibrational work, it's not a question about time, because the desire feels so good. Because when you're thinking about the desire, it feels good. It feels, that's what genius is. Genius is just really good attention to one subject. So as you make your desire feel good to you, it's almost a dream that you want to continue dreaming. You know, when you wake up and you're like, damn, I wish I could dream that dream again. That's what it's like. It's like you just love going there and you love telling that story over and over again, because we want the story to feel so familiar to you. But the absence is something that's unfamiliar, because the absence is what's so familiar. The absence of your desire is the end of the stick that's more activated. So we're like, you gotta get that out of you want to deactivate that as much as you can, because the dream feels good. The desire is meant to feel good to you. And you know, the hardest thing about life is wanting something and not believing it. And you may think that that's not that serious, but it truly is, because that's literally what sickness is. That's exactly what your negative emotions are assigned to something bigger that will happen. That is if you don't do something in the early stages. And so what we're saying about negative emotion today is that negative emotion is you not allowing yourself to go, but we're saying you got to keep up. You got to keep up with the energy, and not because you want to get to manifestations, but because the manifestations, as you do keep up with energy, they're just natural byproducts. But the keeping up is a life that you came here to experience. You came here to be this vortex being, to be connected to the vortex, and then think about your life and all the things that you wanted and play that wouldn't it be nice if game. And you made your list of desires, and every desire would feel good to you because it just felt like a dream. Do you remember being a kid and everything just felt so exciting and every desire just felt so possible? We're telling you, all of your desires are not only possible, they are a reality. And the only thing for you to get them out of that place, where that vibrational holding place that we call the vortex, the only way that you can get them out is by not contradicting your energy, is by wanting. Because here's the thing, in a day, you're wanting, because life is causing you to want stuff. That's the thing. You can't turn off life. You can't turn off this force of contrast that you came here to experience. You can't turn off life. So you have to get in while you can. You have to get in there and be the creator. You have to allow life to come at you, and you have to have your sea legs. You have to have your balance. So now that when life comes at you, and through life, you're sifting and you're sorting, and you know exactly what you want. You've clarified exactly what you want. Now you know how to keep that desire alive. Now you understand that your job is to actually keep that desire alive, because the same place where that desire came from is the same place, it's the same exact place where all the details will start to fill in. So let the dream be something that's really interesting. So let's talk about it. How can you make your dreams, or how can you make your desire feel good to you? First, you want to go general about it. You want to start from a place of already being in the vortex. So imagine you're in a place where you're already satisfied. So now you're thinking about money. You're like, money. I would just love money. It would just feel so good to have money. It feels so good to buy whatever I want. It feels so good. It feels so passionate to look for things that feel good to me and to have everything that I want. It feels so good to go to the grocery store and see everything that I want and buy everything that I want and have that freedom of choices of just yes, this, that, and go home and try everything and want more things and get more things. And it'd be so fun to have clothes and have nice clothes that fit my body. It would be so nice to have a body that feels good to me and a body that feels right to me. And it feels so good to have a career that feels so natural to me, that just feels like playtime, that feels so meaningful, and it feels like passion and flow and energy. That's momentum. That's you keeping the dream alive. Because here's the thing, you can keep that vibration going on forever. You can talk about your desires in that way and maintain that energy for a very long time, not because you're trying to get somewhere, but because it's fun. But because it's fun to dream. It's really fun to dream. And we're saying let the dream be so fun that you're not even aware that it's not here yet. Let the dream be what you're looking for, because here's the thing, we know this for a fact. If the dream feels so good to you, then it doesn't matter if it's not here yet or not. And then you'll get to the place where you have so much and you're like, well, I don't even care if anything manifests or not, because I'm having such a good time in thinking about it. Life won't turn off for you. It can't. We're not here to talk about that. That's not what you're here to create. You're here to create with not within the confines, but with all of the pieces of this life experience. You love this contrast. You thought this is a perfect environment, and this is a perfect environment that would influence you, and that would not only influence you, but that would literally help you emanate desires from your own being. It would help you come up with your own conclusions, not anyone else's, not with anyone, not any other one's preferences, but your own. And that's exactly what you were down for. You knew that you were gonna have a very individual experience that was gonna be new unto the whole universe, and that's what you were down for. You were down for an experience that would be so unique to you. And so what we're saying today about all things is keep that dream alive, get into the vortex, and then have fun with your life, have fun with your dreams, because we want the dream to be so immersive and so fun and so high speed and high energy that you're just having a good time, that you're going off in every every single subject in your life. You're talking about this, you're talking about that, you're talking about that, because it's fun for you, because that's the life that you came here to experience. The focus, the speed that you're looking for is the focus of your mind. The speed that you're looking for is not the speed from the universe, because when the speed from the universe comes, it doesn't feel fast. It feels like you're up to speed with it. It feels normal. It just feels like a normal day at the office. But the real speed that you're looking for then is the speed of your own mind, is your ability to think about a desire and not contradict it. Think about a desire and enjoy it, and enjoy the juice of it right now and not contradict it, because there's nothing in this life that's worse than having a desire that you contradict. Because here's the thing. Ooh, and we love saying this to you. We love saying this to you. We love it. And we're almost going to hold it. But we will tell you, because we're all in this together. And we're all here to expand the universe. And we're all here to take thought beyond, where it's ever been before. And this piece is, desires, they don't go away. Your desires are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You're going to really want it. Because the desire is not something that you can control. It's happening as a result. And even there are desires that you haven't even put words to them. You're literally emanating them vibrationally. So this vortex is so perfect. It's a perfect culmination of everything that you want. And so there's a perfect version. There's a version of everything that you want. If you're writing a book, if you're writing a screenplay, if you're making an album, if you want to be an actor, an actress, or a performer, or anything, there's a vibrational version that you now need to talk about in a way that feels good to you, and continue talking about it in a way that feels good to you, or else don't talk about it at all. Because the desires are not going to get smaller. And in fact, the bigger the desire gets, and the bigger your resistance gets, because maybe you're not focusing, maybe you don't understand this, the more you feel, the more negative emotion you feel, the more sick you get, the more grouchy you get, the more you think that this world, someone's out to get you, because there's no source of evil. You're just not focused where you think you're focused. And we're saying refine your focus, because all we're really talking about, all that really matters is that you have a desire and you don't contradict it. You have a desire because we can feel the contradiction, and we're just like, get that contradiction away, because first of all, get into the vortex, get into the place where all of your sustenance and your replenishment is coming from. So now you're not walking around as this half being that needs to be fulfilled, that has a hole in them. You're fulfilled. You have the energy that creates worlds running through you. You are satisfied. You know where to find it. You don't need anyone else to complete you, because you are complete. So now when you go to think about your desires, it's fun. It just feels like a playground where you're just like, I want this, I want that. It feels like if you know what it feels like? It feels like a buffet. But when you go out to the buffet, you don't tell yourself things like, oh, I can't eat this. No, I'm not allowed to eat this. Oh, I don't think I have the ability to eat this. No, you put it on your plate, you put it on your plate, you put it, and we're saying it's the exact same way. But remember, the speed that you're looking for is the speed of your own focus, because your desires are not going to get any smaller. In fact, they're getting bigger. So you want to get up to speed, and not because getting up to speed will give you the results that you're looking for, because ultimately the results will come. It's inevitable. Even if you have to pass away, even if you have to go back into your non-physical self, which we know not everyone loves to hear, but it's just true. That ride on the river, that stream, that ride is what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. That speed, that experience. That's what you came here to experience. You didn't really come here for the creations. You came here for the creating.